Hello, and welcome to Beyond Books, where we talk about books and beyond. I'm your host. I'm Renee, co-host Raina, and we're ready for Tag Tuesday. We have our tag all set up here, and without further ado, let's just jump right into it, shall we? This is called the I'll Get Around to It Later book tag. And I was tagged by Dr. L at Novel Insights, and he was tagged by Kevin Toll. Kevin now was tagged by Pat at Book Chat with Pat. Pat was tagged by Jess of JessBookgirlTV, and Jess saw it on Joe's channel, which is at jolinsdell. It was created by quote unquote at, and there's a WordPress address that I will put in the description. So yeah, that's how tagging goes, right? It's like a chain. So here we go. Let's get on to the prompts. Come on, Raina. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. You sit. You stay now. You stay. Okay, so the first prompt is a classic book that you have been meaning to read forever but haven't read yet. Well, I probably could have pulled quite a few things down from the shelf. Indeed, I pulled 3 Steinbecks alone. These are all part of a group that I purchased really, really cheaply from Goodwill one day. I have read some of them, but I never read The Winter of Our Discontent. I think I might have started that a very, very long time ago, but never finished it as far as what I remember. The Pearl by John Steinbeck. Now that I did read, or maybe it was one of the ones my Uncle Cliff helped me out with, but I'm pretty sure I read it. But again, long time ago. Banned book. So got to get around to that one. And then the other one is East of Eden, also by John Steinbeck, of course. Absolutely love the picture of him gesturing with the cigarette that is on the back. It's just classic. But anyway, yeah, got to get to those. A book on your shelf that you haven't read yet. Well, again, that could be many books. I don't know if I've ever shown this on my channel or not. I've had it for a little while, maybe about a year even. This is called Nurse and Spy in the Union Army. It is by Sarah Emma Evelyn Edmonds. She has quite a few names. But in this book, it says Canadian-born Sarah Emma Evelyn Edmonds recounts her sensational life on the front lines of the American Civil War. As a young woman, she ran away from home. To avoid being discovered, she assumed the identity of a man, taking the name Franklin Frank Thompson. Frank worked for a time as a Bible salesman, but in 1865 joined the Union Army as a nurse. Frank, already a master of disguise, eventually volunteered to be a spy and penetrated the enemy lines multiple times in various forms, as a slave and, curiously, as a woman. So, yeah, this sounds like it's right up my alley. And I'm very interested to read it. It says, the only woman in the Civil War given a soldier's pension. So, yeah, I want to get into that one, hopefully some point soon. So prompt number 3 we're at now, a book that you recently got that you haven't read yet. Well, this is probably the last book that I got. Now, you know, I'm on somewhat of a vacation from buying books. And the last actual book haul I had was one that I recorded when I went to the big book wholesale thing in Richmond. But this one was through free credits on thrift books, and the credits were ready to expire. So I had to use them, and it was only like, $6 or $5 or something like that. So I got this. It looks like a good action adventure story. It's called Walking Home by Lynn Schooler. He has written quite a few books about wilderness survival, mountain survival. It says a traveler in the Alaskan wilderness and a journey into the human heart. So again, this sounds like it is right up my alley. And yeah, I'll be interested in taking a look at that. But that's my newest book that I put on my shelf and didn't put on a specific TBR yet. So number 4, a book you have forever but hadn't read yet. Okay, so that one is, I'm embarrassed to say this, The Exchange by John Grisham. I am a really big Grisham fan. I haven't read any Grisham this year at all. I should really be reading this. This is the sequel to The Firm, of course. The Firm is like, I think either the first or second Grisham book I ever read, like way back in the 90s. It's probably the second. I think the first one I ever read was The Pelican Brief. And then shortly after I read The Firm, then I read A Time to Kill, and I was hooked after that. So, yeah, I'm anxious to get into this. There's no reason why I haven't. I just need to get it on a TBR and get moving on it. So, a book a friend recommended that you haven't read. Well, here's another one I've had for a very long time. And yeah, all kinds of friends have recommended it. In fact, quite a few of you have recommended it, but I have not gotten to the stand, nor do I necessarily have any firm plans to, even though, again, I would very much like to. I hear such great things, other than the fact that it's quite huge and like you wouldn't want to carry it down to the beach or anything like that, you know, or maybe even down to the pool or anything. Still, it's a great book, and yes, I want to get into it. I want to read it. So hopefully, again, sometime soon. A book you've been procrastinating on. Well, I guess really, in a way, like all of these are books we've been procrastinating on, because once we've gotten this far, we really realize how much stuff we have that we still need to read. But I don't know if this is so much procrastinating as it is, I may end up DNFing this. But this was one of the books that I got from Book of the Month this month. And this is a romance. So I went a little bit out of my comfort zone. And it's not that it's made me feel uncomfortable, but I just find myself not particularly interested in it. Now, I did read 90 some odd pages here. I would love to at least get to the part where they're on a road trip together. That's really the reason why I bought the book, is that I thought I might enjoy the road trip part. So I'd like to kind of at least get to that section before I call it quits. If I do, maybe once I get into that, maybe I'll enjoy it a little bit more. I want to give it a fair chance. So, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll give it one more try. Okay, so number 7 then is the next book on your TBR. Okay, so what I did with P.S. I Hate You, kind of an appropriate name for the book, right? Is that then I went to my other book that I purchased through Book of the Month Club, and that is A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Williamson. Now, this one, I mean, look, in comparison, I don't even think I have 90 pages left, let alone only in for 90 pages. I mean, I'm just about done with it. In fact, I may even finish it tonight. So that one kind of ended up taking the place of P.S. I Hate You, but I will probably take P.S. I Hate You and The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead to Florida, where I'm going in a couple of days. And I think either one of those, or maybe both of those, will make some good books for the week to read. I might even bring one other small book, or maybe a book of poetry or something like that. So yeah, that'll be great, and that'll be enjoyable. So that's my plan with that. That is the next one on my TBR. So one announcement, probably should have done it at the beginning of the video, but I do have a giveaway in progress. So tomorrow, which is the 20th of November, it's a Wednesday, by 3 p.m., you take a look at the video that I'm going to link in the description, and it'll show you the prizes. It'll show you how to sign up for the giveaway, show you the rules, tell you the rules of the contest. So if you want to take a look at that and be considered as part of the giveaway, that's great. I'm going to close everything down at 3, get everybody on the, what did I call it? The magic spinner of the great beyond, and do my spins and do my video and show you who is going to be receiving. It's actually 3 bookmarks that I made. Those are the prizes. So yeah, so I hope you'll take a look at that video. Otherwise, if you like my content, you know what to do. Do all the BookTube stuff. Like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. And if you have any comments about any of these books, or why I should or shouldn't continue reading them or have them on my list, please let me know. And again, I thank you so much for watching. Raina says thank you. She always gets good snacks during video times. She says thank you and good night. Have a good one.